you're kind of I don't know, you expect a little bit more as you try to, like you talk about, turn 1 into 2, turn 2 into 3. Feel like the microscope's just a little.
On our preparation, and no, we did some good things, but not good enough. So, just they weren't. We had some new stuff in and some things that way, but it wasn't quite as crisp as it should be, even though it's the beginning of the week. So,
are there new things that you put in that you've been saving for conference play just because you know the teams more?
No, it just depends on who we play or what we've done or the guys that we have and that stuff.
I mean, you guys moved the ball on this team a lot last year. You scored a lot of points. Is that
enough?
Yeah? Is that the kind of thing where you go back to last year more so than maybe other games and say, okay, we knew this worked, we knew this worked. Obviously, Gene's not here, but
they have a different defensive coordinator, and they're better than they were last year. All over the place in defense. They have a better team than they had last year. On both sides of the ball. And so, proving the teams they played and how they played them. So, and they're home, and we got to go on the road. So, all those elements mean we got to play our best game of the year.
You've played some tough teams, and they have too, and they've shown up against a lot of those teams this year. They were close to taking down Memphis too. When you see that, is that one of the things that you're just kind of impressed with the way they've been able to handle their business? And
yeah, they're good. They're really good. They're good. I don't think they played great last week. That's also a concern. I'm sure they'll bounce back.
The defense is something that stepped up for you guys last week against FIU. Just how important, what do you expect to see against Bowling Green from that unit?
Well, we just can't. We got to get out of the routine. The first week we weren't good. The second week we were good. The third week we weren't good. The fourth week. So we got to make sure that it's in our preparation and that the guys are more in tune and that this team can score points anywhere. And they got. I mean, we're playing. They got Notre Dame caliber receivers, and the quarterback's really good. We got to be on point. You make a mistake, it's just not first down. It's like when you play Notre Dame, those guys, it's 6 points. So, they're really talented on
offense. How confident are you that Kelton and Shaquille and Robert will all be healthy enough to play?
Yeah, Kelton will be fine. He practiced. He played in the game the other day. So those other guys practiced today. So so we'll just see. So we need them all this week.
One of the things that seemed like did Buffalo in is they couldn't finish drives in the end zone, and I mean they had 25 more plays than Bowling Green, which seems like it's pretty rare when teams play Bowling Green, and that was something you guys struggled with last week. What's kind of the emphasis on this week and making sure when you get down in there that it turns into, like you say, touchdowns and not 3-point field goals?
Yeah, I thought it was more goal line than it was red zone. So I mean, in red zone we were fine. We got to eliminate the 2 turnovers, and usually if the other team doesn't turn the ball over, you're not going to have as many opportunities. It's kind of what happens. And but yeah, the goal line was not. We made some. It was poor communication, and they kind of were just a little bit tougher than we were at that point. So we've been pretty good at it, and I think we took things for granted. And we're going to make sure it doesn't happen this week.
How big was Markin's game last week, stepping up as kind of the number 2 option behind Tajay?
Yeah, no, he's been playing well. He's been doing some things. So it's just they kind of were doubling Taj some, and that left him in one-on-one situations, and we targeted him a little bit more, and he came up big. So it's good to see. We've got to find a couple other guys, but we'll just depending on what they'll do, we'll try to make adjustments and go from there.
Last year, that game seemed like everyone was having a big day. Whether it was, you had Alex had the long pass and Taj and Gene. But when you play a team like this, is that what you need? You kind of need guys to kind of step up all over the place and kind of make it kind of that full push. It can't just be Taj doing it all game long. It's got to be kind of everyone.
It just depends on how they want to play it, So we got some good players, but I don't know how the game will go. I mean, the weather's supposed to be good. It wasn't good for them in Buffalo, and never been there. But I know we just got to play well. We got to take care of our opportunities. I think, we got to take care of the ball, and then when the ball's up in the air, and it has been, we got to make sure we can come down with it. If we get a chance to get our hands on the ball, we got to come down with it on defense and on offense, and then be really solid in the kicking game. So, you know, but I don't, you know, last year we had the ball at the end and didn't get it done, and it'll probably be that kind of game again this year. Probably one of the teams will have it in the fourth quarter, and somebody's got to make a play.
Lastly, Shad, he's been the team's most productive runner the year before you got here, and then last year in terms of yardage. We haven't seen any of him since that fumble at Colorado. Is he just buried so far down?
He played in the afterwards. Played in the Colorado game after.
But I mean, he hasn't been part of your rotation of ball.
The guys have been doing all right. Been doing good. He's been doing good. So, you know, so it's kind of. Yeah, he's been doing good. So he's got some plays there. Just didn't call them, you know. But he's been working hard. And it might get called. It might not. I don't. You know. See what it's like Saturday.
Yeah.
With Blake was talking about Tajay's football IQ. How much of that is just when you get a guy that comes with it that. How much of that is instinct and how much of that is something that they can really work on?
No, I think it's instinct. You know, the guy he broke the record for was like that, Zulo. And Hines Ward like that.
Sure.
You know, it's just certain guys just have that are really what we call quarterback friendly. That you know where they're going to be on their routes, and they attack the ball, and they understand spacing, and they understand man, and they understand concepts. They don't make mental mistakes, and able to do a lot of things with him, so that's what makes him so valuable.
But Blake said the thing that he's as good as anybody he's seen at when things break down of knowing where to get to get Blake out of trouble. Is he pretty much from the college standpoint? Is he one of the best you've seen at doing that?
Yeah, no, I think he reminds me. You know, he's like Leonard Hankerson, who's playing really well for the Falcons, and that kind of guy. You know, who broke the record at Miami when I was there. Just that you know, and leadership and quiet leader in that way, but very, very competitive, more than you would suspect, and got a lot of pride and a lot of poise, and you know, just enjoy coaching him.
Is he somebody that he's not? I mean, he's fast, but he's not like the world on fire fast. Is it something that you almost have to be around him to appreciate just how good he is, not as much for just measurements and timings?
I guess I've had people say that to me. You know, like they may watch a tape or see him on TV or something, and they come on live and say, you know, wow, he's really good. So I don't know. I don't really pay that much attention to it. I just know I'm glad he's on our side. So.